Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jeranism, back with another video for you today. Going to talk about a man who has made quite a stink lately. Instead of researching the topic or even responding to my emails or messages offering to have a short 30-minute phone call on the subject, he has decided instead to call us stupid, to call us idiots. And I know I'm not the only one to say that because of his actions of late, I've lost a great deal of respect for the leader of Caravan to Midnight, Mr. John B. Wells. Lately, John has decided to add a new goal to his list to destroy the flat earth paradigm.
You have people, it's almost 2017, and you still have people out there that want to believe that the earth is flat. Okay?
Want to believe that the earth is flat? Yeah, sure. I hope my 13 years of education was a lie. I want to find out that my tax dollars went to space ballet and a pool. I want my history books and science to be found to be liars. My lifelong dream has always been to find out that everything I always thought was true was actually a lie. Nope, I don't want any of that. Instead, I just want the truth. And if you do your research, you'll see that of the two possible models, one is built on lies backed by hearsay, full of impossibilities and unfounded and unproven conjecture, and theories pieced together with mathematics at its base, foundation, its core, and its only proof. And the other one needs further research, but it holds the key because it meets reality.
So I want to tell you flat earth people something right now. Nut up, man, and show us that you've got the cojones to talk about the flat earth. You idiot. Who do you think you're talking to? I have more intelligence in my left pinky fingernail than you have in your whole damn body, squared or even cubed.
Do you make me cry? Can you tell me, can you apologize, please?
I'm coming for you, flat earthers. I'm going to destroy your ridiculous little paradigm.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
I'm coming for you, flat earthers. I'm coming for you. I'm going to destroy your ridiculous little paradigm. Yet, I will do this from a logical, rational, scientific, and highly intellectual platform. Now, but here's the thing. This is a psyop, people, and nothing but.
A psyop, John? Really? How exactly does this meet the goals or objectives of the U.S. government? What part of the flat earth theory can induce or reinforce behavior favorable to the government's objectives? So the U.S. government wants people to think that the government has been lying for years, that their tax money has been stolen, that the space program has been a crock, that science has been wrong all along, that they think they've been trapped. The government wants people to think that they've been taught lies, to think that the education system is a scam, to think that they've been dumbed down on purpose and lied to about where they live, about their origins, lied to about space travel and planets and moon landings and the universe, that they were made slaves through those lies. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly what our government wants. PSYOP.
Everything is a lie. They won't tell us the truth. The astronauts are bogus. NASA's bogus. Satellites do not exist. Why is it my XM radio drops off the scope the moment that there's some heavy cloud cover to the south? Why does the drain swirl one way in the northern hemisphere going down the bathtub drain and the other way in the southern hemisphere?
The tiniest little bit of research, John, would have showed you that that's an old wives' tale. Just the tiniest research.
Now that said, it wouldn't make any difference if the earth was actually shaped like a star, a pentagram if you like, or maybe a six-pointed star like the Jews have. Make it a seven-pointed star like the U.S. Marshals used to have. What difference does it make in your life if it's flat, round, triangular, or heart-shaped? Answer: nothing.
Nothing? What if you found out that the coffee you've been drinking your whole life was actually diarrhea. I mean, what difference does it make if your wife cheats on you? As long as she's in bed at night with you, how does what she does with the UPS man make any difference to your life? Answer, it doesn't. Wouldn't make any difference. What difference would it make if you were actually adopted? None. Why would you care? Why are you worried about some pictures of planets that NASA lied about? Who cares if we went to the moon or not? How does that change your life? What difference does it make if you've been lied to about your very existence? No big whoop. Living your life as an atheist, not a big deal. You were just fed lies till you followed what you didn't recognize as a religion. No big deal at all.
You're first on my list, okay? If you built a road straight, by the time you went to the horizon, there'd be a drop of 7,000 feet. Oh. I'll give you a hint. The surface of the Earth is not completely flat and smooth.
Whoa, watch out. We got a genius over here. Yeah, nobody thinks it's flat. Nobody thinks it's 2D, John. Okay, usually you'll see pictures like this above of people falling off the edge, living happily on a globe, and nobody thinks that the Earth is flat like this either. Many people do think it's a sphere, but they don't pay attention to what is obvious and right in front of them. You wouldn't fall off the flat Earth, you'd fall off the sphere. The flat Earth, as seen on the top here, surrounded by ice mountains, and who knows how far those go. Imagine that drawing is infinite. This is what people believe that the Earth looks like. It's got hills, it's got valleys, it's got oceans, and it's got lakes. It's the globe that needs questioning. Is this what you believe, John? We've got people standing sideways and upside down. All kinds of fun stuff, huh? Let's go ahead and talk about what you believe in, John. You believe that this globe of 25,000 miles in circumference is floating in the endless vacuum of space with an attached atmosphere going 2.2 million miles per hour along with the galaxy around the Great Attractor. Let me take 1 second to explain the absurdity of all this. If you look at that red line that crosses the United States, that distance is 2,500 miles. And in that distance, there's 721 miles of curvature. So the distance between our 2 points is 2,500 miles between California and New York. The California person is 10 foot tall. You can see that in green over on the left. The distance is the blue dotted line, which we have is 2,500 miles. New York is the target at H1. And so when we look out from the position of H0, look out from eye level, we're going to run into the so-called horizon. But over at H1, that is the distance below our sight line that the distant object would be. So at 2,500 miles, that target of New York is 721 miles below my eye line. Now, something interesting is if you take a look at the tangent line drawn at H1 and H0, those two lines are in completely opposite directions. And if you take a look at the bottom here, you'll see those two purple lines. And if you're a globe believer, you think those two lines are level. So believe what you want. If you want to believe the East Coast and the West Coast of the United States is level, but you also went over 721 miles of curvature, you go right ahead.
As pilots, we have this thing called AGL and we have MSL. AGL means above ground level. MSL means mean sea level. Now, at a local airport here, call it Addison. You're at 600 feet above sea level. Is that a lie, too? No, it's not. When I flew to L.A. and I got out there around Arizona.
And one time at band camp?
When I flew to L.A. and I got out there around Arizona, my altimeter said 12,500. But I was at almost 6,500 feet above sea level. So I was only a little over 6,000 feet above the ground. But you don't get that.
How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Were you being for reals there? That was one of your arguments? Wow. Your altimeter said 12,500, but you were only 6,500 feet above sea level? That's ridiculous. All right, let's make sure we understand here the difference between AGL and MSL. Absolute altitude is the height of an aircraft above the terrain of which it's flying. It can be measured using a radar altimeter or absolute altimeter, also referred to as a radar height, or feet meters above ground level. AGL, above ground level. True altitude is the actual elevation above sea level. So for an example, if we wanted to figure out AGL altitudes, they're measured from the altitude of the ground immediately below the airplane. MSL altitudes are measured from a standard datum, which is roughly equal to the average altitude of the ocean. So an average aircraft traveling 5,000 feet directly above a mountain that's 3,000 feet tall would have an altitude of 5,000 feet AGL and 8,000 feet MSL. Let's hear from John again, because I don't know about you, but I'm so stupid, I'm so stupid, I'm so stupid. Da, da, da. Take a look at the graphic and you'll see an 8,000 MSL, 5,000 AGL, because the plane is 5,000 feet from the mountaintop, and the mountaintop is 3,000 feet for an altimeter reading of 8,000.
When I flew to LA and I got up there around Arizona.
All right, so we've got you in Addison at a 600-foot elevation, and we've got somebody in Los Angeles at 100 feet elevation. Let's see what you can do.
My altimeter said 12,500.
Alrighty then, your altimeter is saying 12,500 above sea level. Okay, we'll draw a picture here. There's John B. Wells flying his plane. He's 12,500 feet from the ocean.
But I was at almost 6,500 feet above sea level. So I was only a little over 6,000 feet above the ground. But you don't get that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yeah, so then I drew a line from Addison to Los Angeles. He does go over a hill about 6,000 feet. So I think I understand the story. I don't know how he got it so mixed up. Perhaps because he believes in a globe. I don't know. So let me explain it one more time here. You see the Addison Airport on the right at 600 feet above sea level. If you got up in that plane, your altimeter would show 12,500 feet. Yet you're only 6,000 feet above the ground, which is the mountain. Yeah, I'm still failing to see your little story make any sense at all there, Johnny boy.
My altimeter said 12,500.
Okay, check. 12,500.
But I was at almost 6,500 feet above sea level.
No, you're not. If your altimeter says 12,500, you're 12,500 above sea level. I thought you were smart.
So I was only a little over 6,000 feet above the ground. But you don't get that.
Nope. And who in their right mind would? Dude, you were out to lunch. You know, just as I'm finishing up this video, I think I finally get what you mean. When you said you were 6,500 feet above sea level, were you talking about the mountain that you're flying over is 6,500 feet above sea level? In which case you would be 6,000 feet above the ground, which makes you 12,500 feet on the altimeter? Wow. What does that have to do with the shape of the Earth? Take a look at this drawing again, John. See Addison on the right? See how you flew up over the hill? You were 12,500 feet above sea level, 6,000 feet above the ground, and then you landed in Los Angeles because the Earth is flat. In fact, if you take a look at these highly intellectual terms you used, MSL and AGL, what do you think the L stands for? Mean sea, and above ground, I mean, how could you get this so wrong? Aren't you a pilot? Aren't you the globe specialist that doesn't even need to look into flat Earth because you know it all? I mean, if there's one person here that doesn't understand what's going on, it's you. Well, and your left pinky fingernail. So, if you can do me a favor and please give a message, pass it on to your left pinky fingernail, and simply tell him how dumb his owner is. Who came out swinging, talking about breaking up the paradigm, how smart he was, all his intelligence in his little pinky finger, yet he can't even explain his little plane flight. John, do a little research before you make a complete ass out of yourself and your fingernail. John, I think you forgot your smarts at home today. So try again tomorrow. I'm available if you want to talk about it, or you can keep making ridiculous statements where you can't even explain how you flew a plane, what the altimeter said, how high above the ocean you were, or what any of that has to do with the Earth being a spinning ball in space. But you don't get it, and you don't want to get it. You want to keep running your mouth looking foolish, by all means, sir, enjoy yourself. To everyone else, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Be kind to each other. Don't lie to each other. And open up your minds, because there's truth inside. Or you can tuck your tail between your legs, sit down and shut up, and then do whatever I, the great John B. Wells, tells you to do. So go get in a plane. Are they lies too? No, they're real. And when your altimeter reads 12,500 feet, you'll know you're only 6,500 feet above sea level, which means you are 6,000 feet above the ground. But you don't get that. And you shouldn't. Because it made no sense. A lot like the globe that I believe in, because I'm a pilot who doesn't know what he's talking about. Here, on Caravan to Midnight. You've been watching Jeranism. Until next time. Peace. To his list to destroy the flat earth paradigm.
You have people, it's almost 2017, and you still have people out there that want to believe that the earth is flat. Okay?
Want to believe that the earth is flat? Yeah, sure. I hope my 13 years of education was a lie. I want to find out that my tax dollars went to space ballet and a pool, and theories pieced together with mathematics at its base, foundation, its core, and its only proof. And the other one needs further research, but it holds the key because it meets reality.
So I want to tell you flat earth people something right now. Nut up, man, and show us that you've got the cojones to talk about the flat earth. You idiot. Who do you think you're talking to?
Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jeranism, back with another video for you today. Gonna talk about a man who has made quite a stink lately. Instead of researching the topic or even responding to my emails or messages offering to have a short 30-minute phone call on the subject, he has decided instead to call us stupid, to call us idiots. And I know I'm not the only one to say that because of his actions of late, I've lost a great deal of respect for the leader of Caravan to Midnight, Mr. John B. Wells. Lately, John has decided to add a new goal. I want my history books and science to be found to be liars. My lifelong dream has always been to find out that everything I always thought was true was actually a lie. Nope, I don't want any of that. Instead, I just want the truth. And if you do your research, you'll see that of the two possible models, one is built on lies backed by hearsay, full of impossibilities and unfounded and unproven conjecture,